It's interesting that the first words of the Constitution, "We the people," what did they mean by "we the people"? Back at the time of the writing Constitution, that was white men over 21 who owned property. In the early 1800s, that changed, and men did not have to own property, but they had to be white male over 21. 15th Amendment, after the Civil War, allowed black males to vote. However, with the Jim Crow laws that began after Reconstruction, the vote was taken away as much as possible from black males. And then we get the 19th Amendment that gave women the right to vote, and approximately the first one, big vote for them, was in 1920. They had the opportunity to vote, but there was still the Jim Crow laws that were keeping blacks from voting. And we went all the way up to the Voting Rights Act of 1965 under the Johnson administration, which guaranteed the right to vote. And courts were involved in it to make sure that these people of color would have the right to vote, particularly in the southern states and places like Missouri that were very, very involved in the Jim Crow laws, those places. So we had this going on, and finally blacks got the opportunity to vote, and it was a fight, but they got to do it and they got registered. And then we get into the modern era with the conservatives. The conservatives know that life is changing in this country. We are accepting of gay marriage. We are accepting of black and white couples, mixed race couples, that it's common now. And we are changing. The color of America is no longer going to be just white as these people have felt they wanted and tried to keep. So they're going against it, and the Supreme Court is no help. They're not going to support, while the states are trying to do new Jim Crow laws. Georgia, Texas, Florida, other states are out there. And all these things are based on the big lie of the former president. Taking away the right to vote because he lost is not the right way to do that. That is not we the people. That is not democracy. We must stand up to that. We must stand up to people in Texas, Georgia, and everything. They're taking the vote away. The minority should not control the majority in this country, and that's what's happening. That's what's happening in our states. That's what's happening in the Senate of the United States. Mitch McConnell in the minority right now is able to control the direction of the country. Unless we look again at the filibuster, we got a problem. We the people means everyone, not a divided nation. It means we are one nation, as many people like to say, under God, but certainly one nation united with a purpose, the purpose of democracy. And that democracy cannot be taken away from us. It must not be taken away from us for our children and grandchildren's sake. Thanks for listening. See you on YouTube.